I just bought 70mai's new Pro Plus camera, and I'm going to compare it against most of their lineup, which includes their 1080p, 1440p, and their new 4K A800 dashcam. If you're looking for a great $60 camera, 70mai's Pro and new Pro Plus are amazing. They have an excellent build quality, and their 1440p video quality is stunning. It's way better than any other 1080p dashcam on the market. It's so good, you no longer have to spend over $100 on the Viofo A119 V3 to get that level of quality. But it has three drawbacks: 70mai's poor customer service, Wi-Fi connection issues, and it uses a battery, not capacitors, which aren't good in hot environments. I wouldn't get their 1080p cameras like the 1S, as their value and features aren't as good as the Aukey DRA5 and ANKER A1. 70mai's 4K A800 camera really exceeded my expectations, and I'll share the surprising results later in this video. As a disclaimer, I did not get paid or sponsored for this review. I bought all cameras mentioned myself at full retail price. With that out of the way, my name is Andrew, and let's dive in. 70mai has three 1440p dashcams like the Pro, Pro Plus, and Mini. They all have very similar video quality, even though their hardware is different. The Pro Plus is their newest camera, released in November 2020. It uses the same body shape but adds in a built-in GPS, whereas the Pro requires you to purchase a separate GPS mount. The Pro Plus is intended to have better video quality, but I couldn't tell the difference in side-by-side comparisons. The Mini camera lacks a LCD screen, but otherwise has the same functionality. I would avoid the Mini as it has a serious issue that I'll explain later. Let's look at the Pro cameras. Both are equally great, and I'll explain the few minor differences. Starting with the basics, all 70mai cameras including the Pro have loop recording and auto records when power is received. Installation is simple, just stick it on and you're good. I recommend you use the included electrostatic sheets, which make it easier to remove and reattach their camera. The video quality is amazing. During the day, it's sharp all around and has excellent dynamic range, which means there's less dark or super bright areas that reduce details. If you compare it against 70mai's 1080p 1S dashcam, you can see it's a huge step up in clarity and sharpness. At night, details are excellent, but you won't be able to capture fast-moving license plates. No camera can at the moment. I thought the newer Pro Plus would have better video due to its upgraded image processor, but I didn't see it during my testing. Versus my current top pick, the Viofo A119 V3, the Pro cameras are just a bit worse, but you have to look real hard to see it. By default, 70mai saves all videos in H.265, a data format that shrinks the file size without reducing quality, nearly 40% smaller versus the A119 V3, but requires more processing power to see it. Smartphones will have no problems playing it back, but older computers can. Speaking of smartphones, all 70mai cameras have Wi-Fi, which lets you download videos and update the firmware. It's easy to navigate and everything you need in an app. Once connected, you can sync your time and date, and files are quickly downloaded. A 1-minute file takes 26 seconds. The biggest problem are the connection issues with the Android and iOS apps. While I had no issues during my test, if Wi-Fi is important, this isn't the right camera for you. If you do have issues, one troubleshooting step is to turn on airplane mode, then enable Wi-Fi before connecting to your dashcam. Through the app, you can also turn on a useful feature called parking surveillance. When activated, the Pro will keep its shock sensor on after shutting down. If it feels a bump, the camera turns on after 2 seconds, records for 1 minute, and hopefully records the driver or object who touched your vehicle. It's not foolproof, as it won't capture the impact, but it's better than nothing and requires no extra installation to work. What 70mai did well was informing you with a written and spoken message if your camera cannot record.
The SD card cannot be recognized. Please reinsert or format the SD card.
Most cameras do a poor job, like Aukey's DR02D, which has a quickly disappearing message with no audio alerts, which could cause you to not record a car accident. So the big question for me is how it compares against my top pick, the $100 Viofo A119 V3. While Viofo has capacitors, responsive customer support with great retailers in USA and Canada, that may not be a compelling value for many people, especially as it no longer has the best video quality in the market and it lacks Wi-Fi, although 70mai didn't do a good job there. The A119 V3 is the camera to get if you value heat resistance, reliability, a full parking mode, and customer service. Otherwise, 70mai's Pro is a great way to save money without losing performance. It's difficult to choose between the Pro and Pro Plus. While the Pro Plus has a better CPU, built-in GPS, and higher resolution screen, the lens has plastic elements which can have a softer image under hot conditions. You also lose voice controls on the Pro Plus, which I thought was a useful feature on the Pro, letting you lock videos if you saw something interesting. My thoughts: while both cameras are great, I personally would choose the Pro, especially as the Pro Plus is only available on overseas sellers like AliExpress as of January 2021, making warranty repairs more difficult. That's important as my research and personal experience indicate 70mai has poor customer service. They have a fancy website, but no one responds. I emailed and it took them 12 days to get back to me. Fortunately, the cameras have great reported reliability. I don't see any complaints of swollen batteries, but I wouldn't use this in a hot environment like Arizona. As 70mai says, there could be deformation, expansion, and liquid leakage, just like any battery dashcam. Looking at the 70mai Mini, it has all the features and 1440p video quality of the Pro, except it lacks a LCD screen. I wouldn't get it unless you need its small, clean look. My main complaint is that you can accidentally format your microSD card if you press the power button 3 times.
Formatting succeeded.
It's too easy to lose your footage, especially after a car accident if you grabbed your camera. That's a big flaw to me. Regardless of what dashcam you get, purchase an endurance card which has better reliability than the standard cards you buy. I have a full video review and a written review with the most comprehensive information. Let's look at the 70mai 1S. It's 70mai's most popular 1080p dashcam. You save $20, but you get a far worse experience in almost every way. The video quality is noticeably less sharp both day and night compared to the 1440p Pro cameras. If I only wanted to spend $40, there are better cameras from Aukey and ROAV that I reviewed. I put links to those videos in the description. Finally, let's look at the 70mai A800. It's their first front-back camera with true 4K on the front and 1080p in the rear. The A800 is the first great 4K camera I've tested. Both its day and night quality are better than all 1440p dashcams I've tested so far. The A800 uses the new Sony IMX415, which is one of the main reasons it looks so much better. There are 2 other cameras using this technology, so I'm going to hold my thoughts until I get my hands on them. The A800 looks great, but it's only available on AliExpress at the moment. If it stays around $120, I think it's a great value. However, I'm going to wait until I get the other 2 4K cameras before I give my full opinion on the A800. As well, right after I finished the review, I noticed 70mai has discontinued the A800, replacing it with the A800S. The only difference is the processor, possibly for cost reasons. I'll have to buy this new version and test it. Overall, the 70mai Pro cameras take a new spot on my budget list as one of the highest value cameras I've found so far. If you are okay with risking bad customer service in the off chance the camera stops working and lives somewhere cooler, the Pro is definitely worth considering. Subscribe for more dashcam reviews and some surprise non-dashcam content that's coming next. You'll enjoy it if you like my style of reviews. Thanks for watching.